Today we're setting up OBS Studio in portable mode so your settings and recording stay self-contained and files between versions don't get contaminated. Now this process currently only works on Windows. Normally OBS stores settings inside Windows user folders. Portable mode changes that. With portable mode, settings, scenes, profiles, and plugins can all stay in the OBS folder itself. This is useful for USB setups, backup systems, running multiple instances at the same time, which I often do, and giving you cleaner organization. First, you want to go to obsproject.com/download, and you want to download this zip file, not the installer. Once you have the zip file downloaded, you want to extract it to a folder that's not inside your program folder. Mine is on the desktop. Now inside the extracted folder, you want to open it up, and inside you want to add a blank text file named portable underbar mode. From here, open the bin folder, then 64-bit, go down, you'll find your executable, and from here you can start the program. If you add a shortcut, be sure to put the word portable on the end of it so when you drag it to the desktop, you don't get confused whether you're using the full version or the portable version. So now we have the full version of OBS running here on the right side, and that's the version I'm recording with now. Let's go over and test the portable version and see if it works. We just double click the shortcut. Now you have both versions running, the full version on the right, the portable on the left. One way I keep them straight is the mixer on the portable. I keep in vertical mode. If you want to change that, you can right click and change it to horizontal. And over on the full version, I keep it in horizontal mode. And again, I can click and make it vertical. So if you find that any of your files are crossing over, just go into settings on whichever version and make the adjustments. Now that's how you create a portable OBS Studio setup. If this helped you, just come back to see us for more quick tutorials. If you have questions or topic suggestions, just drop them in the comments. And also in the comments, let me know how you plan to use OBS Portable.
Kijk, EHBO-kit, goed voorbereid.
Lichtflare, hechtnaald, warmtefolie.
Zo, ze best serieus voor bosklasse.
Gezondheid begint bij een goede
Ik neem
voorbereiding.
de eerste wacht.
En anders is er altijd een kruidvat in de buurt.
37,6. Goest er ook aan helpen?
Ik kan niet.
Nee, hij kan
Je
niet.
gaat beter naar Kruidvat. Steeds verrassend, altijd voordelig.
Wil je een webshop starten, maar weet je niet waar je moet beginnen? Met Managed WooCommerce Hosting van Hostinger kun je het complexe installatieproces overslaan en direct aan de slag gaan. Het is e-commerce hosting, maar met meer. Vul je site snel en eenvoudig met zoekvriendelijke inhoud en op maat gemaakte productbeschrijvingen, geschreven door onze AI Content Creator. Verhoog de omzet en zet bezoekers om in klanten, dankzij de bliksemsnelle laadsnelheden van pagina's. Bovendien is er voldoende ruimte om te groeien, of je nu één product, honderden of duizenden producten hebt. Met een uptime garantie van 99,9% kun je erop vertrouwen dat je winkel 24 uur per dag klanten voor je bedient. En het wordt beschermd door de nieuwste beveiligingshulpmiddelen, automatische backups en updates. Probeer het in alle vertrouwen met onze 30 dagen geld teruggarantie. En als je ooit hulp nodig hebt, staat onze deskundige ondersteuning 24/7 voor je klaar. Vertrouwd door miljoenen website-eigenaren wereldwijd. Ga naar hostinger.nl/e-commerce om aan de slag te gaan. Hostinger 3-2 online.
Texture, man. I'm done with the Nether for a very, very long time. Oh, grass. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the grass. I genuinely don't think I've ever been so excited to come back from the Nether, considering I've probably been in there now for about 15 hours straight between building everything and then AFKing. Oh man, home sweet home. And now finally, the fun part of all of this, which is going to be smelting down the ancient debris, making a bunch of netherite, upgrading all of my stuff. And unfortunately, I can't do anything with create to increase how much of the netherite scrap that I get, which it's whatever. But you know, this is plenty. It's not a netherite beacon. Maybe I'll do that later, but it's way more than enough to make a full set of gear and tools and all that jazz. So we'll just load all these bad boys up. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough furnaces in my house to cook down all my ancient debris. Rich guy problems. I think this is the last of it. Yup, there we go. So about 6.5 stacks of netherite scrap. And now it's time to just make the netherite ingots. Wow, I've never had one where I haven't been able to just shift click it all in here. Okay, there we go. So it's looking like I've got a little bit over 100 netherite ingots, which isn't that many blocks of netherite, but like I said, it's more than enough for what I need. And now it's time to just upgrade a bunch of tools and my gear. Would you look at that, guys? It only took 172 days to get all this. That's pretty much record pace. You may have noticed though, the enchants on these really aren't all that great, which is a bit of a problem. So next episode, I guess I just have to make an experience generator. I used create to completely destroy the nether in my hardcore world, and it got me a crazy amount of netherite. The only problem is I don't have enough XP to enchant my new gear. So I'm gonna build a massive factory with an absolutely insane XP farm inside to get me all the way to level 1000, and I'm gonna do it all using silverfish. But before I worry about any kind of enchanting, I do still have a few more upgrades I can make to my gear. And I know that probably sounds pretty weird considering I'm already wearing full netherite, but it's only vanilla netherite, and create does offer a few additional upgrades on top of that to create netherite armor, which gives some pretty cool additional effects. I'm also not totally sure why there's an upgrade for every single piece of gear except for the pants, but who knows, maybe it'll come in a future update.
Hey creators, do any of these comments look familiar? Yeah, same. But do any of these people actually follow you? Any single one of these comments could be your next superfan or your loyal customer. Instead, they're just grabbing your valuable content and disappearing. Meanwhile, your follower count stays not moving. Here's what changed everything for me. Setting one simple rule, follow first. It's super simple. You'll set up your automation that says, comment blank word to get the link. They automatically get a message from you, making sure that they're following you. It actually checks, and boom, once they're actually following you, they'll get the link, the access to whatever it is that you're offering them. It's so easy to set up. It's literally a template. If you're tired of giving away your best content to ghost followers, do not sleep on ManyChat. Trust me, your content deserves followers who actually stick around.
And now if I just slap all this on, my gear is as good as it's gonna get. Obviously, you know, minus the enchanting, of course, but that's gonna come in a little bit. Now, originally I was planning on getting right into the enchanting, but while I was doing my crafting, I noticed a slight issue with my mechanical mixers, and it's why I had to manually craft my andesite alloy, which was extremely painful for me. But if I head outside, the main culprit behind this problem is sitting right back here. The water wheels have finally betrayed me. Unfortunately, in one of the recent create updates, the regular water wheels were nerfed a little bit. So my solution here is to double down and go from a regular water wheel to an even bigger water wheel. Oh my gosh, I gotta fix this soon because this is the most painful thing ever. Oh my god, oh it hurts. So now I just need to figure out where I want to actually put these massive water wheels. I'm not even gonna worry about the fact that these things spin at an extremely slow speed and I'm gonna have to gear it up a ton to make the mechanical mixers work. I just need to figure out where I'm even putting them first. It seems like this corner's pretty much the only place that these can go where they won't look totally out of place, so I guess I'll see what I can do to make them look nice. Oh my gosh, when this thing drops on the ground, it's massive. What? Yeah, that's definitely not ideal. I feel like it just looked so much better before. It doesn't look right, but I'll fix it later. I'll come up with something. For now, it's fine. I need to power this stuff again. And would you look at this guy? Stop judging me, okay? It's a work in progress. It's not done yet. Well, I think that's it for the water wheel build. I tried to make it look as nice as possible, but really the most important part is the fact that I can come back in here and tear this down. It's a regular wall again. Now, right now, these water wheels are spinning at 4 RPM, and I need them to go over 30 for the mechanical mixers to work, which means I would be gearing this up at least 3 times for those to even begin working. And if I wanted it to go at a respectable speed, it would be even more than that. So I think the only logical solution is the rotation speed controller, which I didn't use before because gearing something up once or twice isn't that bad, but 3 times it just starts to become absurd. So I'm going to need to make a precision mechanism kind of in the most disgusting way possible. Well, that's an interesting turn of events. Apparently, you can get this going at its maximum speed literally just by putting the water flowing a single block at the bottom of it. It doesn't look nice, and I would never do this otherwise, but that's pretty crazy. What do you guys think of my precision mechanism factory? I am going to manually have to feed this sheet through every time, but this should work, just extremely slowly. There's actually a chance that it fails, so I'm really banking on it not failing. Okay, round 1 was a success. Round 2, let's go. Round 2 was successful. Okay, on to round 3. Oh my gosh, it's so close. It is the last cycle it has to go through. It's 80% complete. I'm really hoping it makes it through because this is taking an extremely long time. I should have just geared this up. Oh, thank God, it worked. Okay, I have the precision mechanism. Now I can tear this entire thing down. So now I just have to tear down all this old rotational stuff where I was gearing up the original water wheels, replace it with this rotation speed controller, and it should be good to go. Well, I think everything should be connected now. That was super easy. It's way cleaner than it was before. I just need to check if it's spinning in the correct direction. Otherwise, I can just flip this to be the negative version of it because the encased fan is the only thing up in the kitchen that needs a specific direction. And then, of course, I need to repair, all the stuff that I tore down from my base to set that up. Oh, and this is exactly why I checked, because right now it's sucking the air up and it wouldn't wash anything on this. So I need to reverse the rotation and then I can patch everything up. And of course I need to up it all the way to 30 or above because these are still not working. Okay, it seems like everything's working again. I was able to increase the speed all the way up to 46 RPM, I believe, so stuff in here should be a lot faster than it was before, and I just have to do this because after manually crafting it so many times, I have to automatically make some. I can't. Oh, it's so much better. It's so much better. It's so much more resource efficient, guys. You can't even believe it. Okay, and now that this is done, it's time to finally get into what I was meaning to do today, which really means it's time to do a lot of gathering of materials and a lot of crafting because I'm going to need a ton of stuff today to make the actual factory building, which is going to look super cool, and then to make all the cool contraptions inside the building that make it actually do stuff. Where do you even normally find granite? Oh my gosh, and the boots make me sink. They make me sink towards the bad guys. Okay, I can breathe underwater, but I do not need to sink towards them. I feel like that should be enough granite. I'm really hoping at least because my pick is about to break and I've really torn this place up. There's still more granite to go, but I feel like that should be enough to at least build the beginning of the factory.
Papa's hungry! Unlimited AI gens on the ultimate plan! More stock assets than you got pants! All-in-one subscription! Papa Light!
Activate your creative flow with Envato, your all-in-one creative asset toolkit.
wasn't even paying attention. Okay. It wasn't enchanted yet. It's fine. I've got plenty of netherite. It's fine. I'm definitely not coping. Well, I think that should be it for the crafting. Nah, I'm totally kidding, guys. So the stuff that I've got in this chest right here, and this chest right here, and then this new toolbox that I made right here is generally the things that I should need to make both the factory build itself and then all the different contraptions in it. The only thing is, these probably look like really random numbers because I don't know exactly what I need because it's such a big build. I planned out little bits and pieces of it, but I haven't actually put it all together yet. On top of that, I've run into a little bit of an issue over here. So my iron supply is running a little bit low. I was always low on iron compared to everything else. Like I have an absurd amount of diamonds and zinc. I could use a little bit more copper, but the iron was always really low, but now it's like dangerously low. This is getting to the point where it's like, this is what a regular vanilla Minecraft player has within the first couple days or something. So this is going to have to be addressed. It's just another big project I have to deal with. So I got to finish this one first. But yeah, this crafting severely cut into my iron supply. But now that all that stuff's taken care of, it's time to deal with the next problem, because there's always a next problem when you go to do a huge build. When I first made this house, I had to clear cut a pretty big area that was covered in trees, since this entire little island area is covered in trees. So I'm probably gonna have to do that again, because I do want to make the factory somewhere over here, but as you can see, it's still pretty dense foliage over here, and I'm gonna have to level the ground a little bit. Oh yeah, and I'm eating bread now because I killed off all the animals that live around here instead of breeding them, so now I'm living on bread. I'm on a low meat diet. Call me any company in corporate America, because I just cut down an entire forest to make a factory. It's cool though. It's cool though. I didn't destroy any animals' homes or anything because I had already killed all the animals in the entire area to eat, so it's fine. Seriously though, I think this area should be big enough at least to start on building the factory. It's a good start, so I think I just have to start building and see where everything lands, because like I said, I just need to start piecing it together like a puzzle, and then I'll figure it out. Surely there's no way anything goes wrong with that. Well, I've been working on this for about an hour now, and this is what I've got. So I'm gonna have to rethink my plan for setting this all up. So you can see all the different sections of the walls here. They're all pretty much gonna be the same, except I believe over here, I'm actually gonna design this one to be a lot shorter than that and to allow a train to go through here. So I'm gonna want it to be kind of a pull-through station where I'll put some tracks down, train will pull in here, and then it can be one of those cool ones that will eventually load up with experience, and it'll be in the tanks and it'll look super cool. Everything else is pretty much going to be just like this wall here. And because it took so long for me to make it, it's so high up that I have to go, and I'm coming up and down and all of that. I'm going to expedite it using Create. So I try to avoid just using a schematic cannon where I'll copy something that I plan out in creative and then build it using the schematic cannon in the world. But what I'm going to do here is take the section of the wall that I've already built, and I'm going to copy it using the schematic in Quill, and then I'm going to paste it in using all the blocks that I collected. So I think if I get this section down here, and then I got to go all the way around. I didn't realize you could select from so far away with this thing. That is awesome. So I'll just select that up there, and then I gotta scroll it to get everything in scope that I want. Yeah, looks like that's got everything. So now I need to save it, and I actually want to make use of this right now. So I'm going to save and upload immediately. And now this has been converted to an actual schematic of it. So if I were to try to place it down, let's say right here, that is what it would paste in as. So then I could move it forward like that and use the schematic cannon to place it. But I probably am going to do the one over here. So I'll just scroll it all the way over, because like I said, that one down there is going to be a little bit different for a train pull through. So that is what it should be like. And now I just got to use the schematic cannon to shoot this whole thing up there. Okay, I think it's ready. I loaded it up with gunpowder. I have a ton of gunpowder from when I did all the different ore processing because this is a secondary output of one of the ores. So I've got stacks and stacks of this, which you need to run this. And that's really all you need. So I adjusted some of the printer settings so it doesn't replace any solid blocks because there is going to be a little bit of overlap. And then I think I just throw everything in a chest next to it. I've actually never really used this before, but I'm hoping that if I do this, it's going to go. Oh, it's done. Wow, that took maybe like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and it replicates it perfectly. So it's not super fast, and I don't think there's any way to speed up the schematic cannon itself, but then I just get to turn the schematic into the same thing again. It barely used any gunpowder, and then I just set the next wall to go. So this is going to make building this thing way easier. The only problem is I don't want it to be perfectly identical for every section, so I am going to have to go in, especially with the window shapes and where there are windows, and I'm gonna have to manually change those. But on the bright side, I can just do that while it's building like this section over here or one of the 10 other sections that I have to shoot out of a cannon because I'm too lazy to build.
Eigenlijk schaam ik mezelf dat ik niet altijd de centen heb om basisproducten te kopen. Sindsdien merk ik dat ik soms iets minder naar feestjes ga of verdien ik wel eens een smoesje om thuis te blijven omdat je toch niet wilt dat iemand zou merken.
Hallo, ik ben Philippe Gilbert. Wil je weten hoeveel jouw auto waard is? Ga naar wijkopenauto's.be. Voer de autogegevens in en je krijgt snel de verkoopprijs. En dan verkoop je jouw wagen in een van onze vestigingen. Mijn advies, vraag nu jouw prijs aan op wijkopenauto's.be.
Well, I think the factory is finally done, or at least the outside of it is. It definitely ended up being way bigger than I had initially planned, but that's good because I'm actually going to need pretty much all the space inside it to make the experience factory. And the inside's pretty much done as well. The only thing is, it's really just all in my inventory, so it's still kind of got some assembly required. But before I start putting all that stuff together, I did run into one little issue while I was crafting. Yeah, so I am basically out of iron, which is obviously a huge issue considering how much iron you use when you do pretty much anything with the Create mod. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to fix it right now because I've got an experience factory to make, but pretty much the next thing that needs to be on my to-do list is a massive iron generator. But for now, I'm not going to worry about that, or I'm going to try not to worry about it because I need to make a cobblestone generator in this corner right over here. So I'm going to need a bunch of item vaults that I can store all the cobblestone I'm going to generate inside. And I think this should be literally the biggest singular item vault you can even make. And then I need a whole bunch of andesite funnels to pick all the cobblestone up. And then as weird as it may seem, I need a whole bunch of spruce doors over all of these andesite funnels because this is actually what's going to break the cobblestone. I'm not going to have any drills or anything like that. I'm going to break it using spruce trapdoors. This entire setup is built on the idea of like clever use of game mechanics, let's call it. It's just a broken way to generate cobblestone really quickly, but I don't really want to call it that and get it nerfed someday. So it's clever use of game mechanics. Then on top of these trapdoors, I'm going to need a whole bunch of mechanical pumps that are going to be making our cobblestone. And the final layer is just a whole bunch of fluid tanks where I'm going to store the lava for the mechanical pumps. So really it's just a whole bunch of layers of the same thing. It's like you're making a 7-layer dip or something. Wait, is this thing actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay, so yeah, it is a 7-layer dip cobblestone generator. I'm patenting that name, copywriting it. Now I just need to make the mechanism that's going to move this thing back and forth. And that's pretty much the entire setup. The only thing is, it's a little bit weird, so it's kind of hard to explain how it